What's up, everyone? What's up? So, for those who are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You're gonna like this channel. For those who've been here a while, thank you. Those subscriptions are much appreciated. The more I get, the more I can help people. So you guys know how we do it here. Help us to help others. Hi, this is Will. Today we're gonna do a little talking today. So yeah, you guys, I said God saved my life. Yes, He did. So we're gonna get to that. Yes, He did. So first of all, you guys, those who don't know me, you know, I'm from the United States, the state of California, South Central Los Angeles, a little community called Watts, Jordan Down Projects. You want to know what Jordan Down Projects and Watts look like? Google it. So that's where I was raised, but I was born in Brooklyn, New York, but raised in the projects. So, you know, throughout my life, you guys, you know, we're going to keep this part short. I did a lot. You know, I had to make my money. I had to do what everybody else was doing. So my life was pretty interesting. So I've had times, guys, where I've got jumped by a gang. 20 guys. Plan was to take me to the clubhouse, torture me, and then throw me over the highway that nighttime while I'm halfway dead, let the cars finish the job. I could hear that plan as they were hitting me, and I was zoning out and coming back in. But you guys, out of nowhere, some guy came in through the crowd. He saved me. He got me out of there. I remember other times where twice rival gang members put a gun to my head, was gonna shoot me. This was twice, you guys. Late at night, midnight, they could have did it. Nobody wouldn't have known who did it. Both times, let me go. Twice, I'm in the spot, we making money. Police roll in hard. Everybody handcuffed on the curb. You know, we shackled, we on the curb. Both times, the handcuffs came off of me. Twice. One night, we out in another city, you know, making the money. Police again swooped in hard. There was about 18 of us. I was the only one. By some miracle, angel, that's a story all by itself, got me out of there. Everybody else that night, at least more than half of them went to prison. So that's why I always thought I had an angel on my back. After that night, you guys, I knew that was my last chance. It's been other times that I got all the other stuff, but it's been so much. It was like I had an angel on my back. But that night, you guys, I knew that was my last chance. I got home that morning, 3 a.m. that morning. For the first time in my life, prayed to God. I can still remember the words. I said, God, this is my first time ever praying to you. I'm not a church person. I don't go to church. I've never been in a church. But I know there's a God, and I'm praying to you for the first time in my life. I know that was my last chance. Next time I'm gonna either be dead or in prison, but this is the only life I know. I said, God, send me a sign, get me out of this life. You know, guys, right after I said that, you know, I had tears running down my face. I turned on the television. You know, back then, television goes off around 11 p.m., then it comes back on around 5 a.m. As soon as I turned that television back on, you guys, a commercial buzzing in. You know, we had one of them big old thick televisions back then, really thick. It fuzzed in, so I'm watching television. It was an old Army commercial. It was a finger like this pointing at me. It was Uncle Sam. Y'all remember them old Uncle Sam Army commercials? He pointed right at me and said, we want you for the U.S. Army. And I looked down at that television, looked up. I said, that's my sign. 2 days later, I went and saw a recruit. About 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, I was at basic training, you guys, at Fort Bliss, Texas. And that's why I say, God saved my life. He sent me that message. I know he did. Because look where I'm at now. I'm good. So, you know, people believe in different things. They're different guys, but I truly believe that that was a message from God. And when I left that life to go to this life, especially the basic training, you guys, total different things. So y'all check this out. So yeah, you guys, I was in the United States Army. Look, still got my PT shirt. Look at that. This is some good material. You know how long ago was that guy? Oh man, 97, 2007, 2017, over 25 years ago, and I still got this t-shirt. My PT t-shirt. So, we're gonna talk about the Army a little bit, because we ain't been out in a while. We can talk, give y'all some little funny things that happen in basic training. Because you know, basic training, it's supposed to be tough, and it is tough. But it's a lot of comic in it too. These drill sergeants, some of them, they be crazy, guys. So, but before we went over to our barracks, they have, we had to go to the reception center first before we go to our barracks. So the reception center was like 3 days, you guys. Over there, that's where you get your Army PTs, and you get your uniforms and your drawers and your socks. Then you get your other stuff for the field, your canteen and shovel and all that. So we was over there for 3 days. So, while getting our equipment, we already know the drill sergeants on the other side. They have like their little cone hat with a brim around. Then the regular sergeants just had a regular like baseball cap. So he was this regular sergeant. He was E6. And he was talking to us. And he was like, so what do y'all think about going into basic training? Y'all ain't scared of those drill sergeants? And we were like, no, we ain't scared of no drill sergeants. I was like, man, I'm in the ghetto. Man, I'm a gangster. Why would I be scared of some drill sergeants? He's like, man, they can be pretty tough, I'm telling you. And we like, them drill sergeants, F them drill sergeants. Man, we ain't worried about that, so we ain't thinking nothing else of it. I guess he must put out the word, but check this out. So when it was time to go to basic training, they put us all on the bus to go over to our barracks. So it was kind of crazy the first day. So the bus rolled up, like on the court, right in front of the barracks, and they let us off immediately. You see all the drill sergeants out there. They already yelling and screaming, and then us. It was 4 of us. We kind of clicked over at reception, so we were sitting together. So you had a row here and a row here, and we were on the row on this side, and the window was on this side. So we could see all the drill sergeants out there in the window. And then we saw this little head just peeping through the window, like he was looking for something, right? Then all of a sudden, he kind of stood up a little bit. Man, it was the same guy who was asking us questions. Are we scared of the drill sergeant? He was a drill sergeant over there working with supply. We looked at each other and we like, oh, he was like, and he was just looking, and we was like, we know he's looking for us. So we were still on the bus. So he must have told them other drill sergeants everything, right? So we sitting on the bus, And this like, he's from the country, you guys. You can see the tobacco in his mouth. Country drill sergeant. He come walking up on the bus. Then he facing everybody. And God, the first thing he said was, "Where my gangster on the bus? I heard we have a gangster on the bus." And everybody, we were looking and stuff. So I knew he was talking about me. He was like, "Yeah, with my gangster, I'm a gangster too." And he started doing a little thing, talking about, "Yeah, I'm a gangster too." And he said, "I ain't gonna say it again. Where my gangster at?" And I kind of did like this. He like, "Get on up here, gangster. Get on up here, gangster." It was crazy. So he made me get off the bus first, right? So we left our stuff on the bus. I was the first one off the bus. So just before I finna get off the bus, the last step to get outside, another drill sergeant stopped right in my face. Like, this guy was from Panama. He was really dark. He was about 6'8", 6'9", drill sergeant. And he looked at me in my face. He was like, "Son," call me son. Ain't no gangsters in my bags. I better not never hear you call yourself a gangster again. And then he moved out the way, and then got him. Then the guy who he was talking crap to, boom, he right in my face now. He was smiling. He was like, get down. So while I was down doing push-ups, then he went on the bus. He got the other three out, and everybody, and he still had everybody else on the bus just watching us. Man, they were wearing us out. Then they finally got everybody else off the bus. Started getting to them. So that was like my first day over at basic training. All right, so now we like a couple of days into basic training. I'm gonna just tell y'all a few of the funny parts of basic, because it wasn't, it was tough, but it was funny at times too. We're only about 3 or 4 days into basic, so they trying to teach us discipline, and you don't move. When you're in formation, you're in parade rest, your hands gotta be behind your back, and you gotta be looking forward, and you can't move, right? You're not supposed to move. You're just supposed to keep your head forward, even when they talk or whatever. But they like to play games and they'll get you. So it was a drill sergeant behind us, right? So we knew, we scared. Yeah, guys, I was scared. I was talking that crap, but man, I was like, oh my God, what the hell I'm doing here? So it was a drill sergeant behind us. He was like, "Hey, Private, no, not you. I'm talking to you. God damn it, Private. No, not you. I'm talking to you. Don't make me come up there." So I'm standing in line. I'm like, man, is he talking to me? Is he talking to me? So I did like this. And he was like, "Oh shit, Private Jackson then moved in my formation." Oh my God. He was like, "Private, who told you to move?" "No one, drill sergeant." "Private Jackson, get up to the front of the formation." So he put me in front of the formation. I'm standing there, parade rest, with my hands behind my back. And he was like, "But thanks to Private Jackson, all of y'all get to do push-ups." And he put them down, and he made me do the count. And I'm standing up there while everybody doing push-ups. So he got me. They got me on that one. So in basic, you guys, we do a lot of class work. So this time, we was in our classroom, right? And all of a sudden, man, somebody laid gas. They farted, you guys. Nobody heard it. It was silent. But oh my God, it was the worst smell ever. So it's the fumes started just passing through everybody. You can see everybody's faces like, oh my God, what is that? And then it reached to the drill sergeant that was in front of the class, and you could see his face. He started doing like this. And he was sitting, he was sitting at first, you guys. He started doing like this. And he got up, and he stood up, and he put his hands behind his back, right? And he was like this. And God, look, he only about this tall. He only about this tall. He was like a 5'4" drill sergeant. I mean, oh, I'm serious. He was only about this tall, you guys. And he was looking around. And he was kind of old and funny. And the first thing he said was, "Who laid napalm gas in my classroom?" Everybody just started laughing. He was like, "It ain't funny. Shut up. Who done shit it in my classroom?" Yo, everybody, we still grinning. He was like, "God damn it, promise I ain't gonna say it again." And then he said, "We need to bottle that up and send it to the bio lab. Who did it?" So this white guy, he raised his hand, you guys. And the drill sergeant was like, "Private, turn around. Turn around." And he was like confused. He's like, "Private, turn around. I want to make sure you ain't blew your asshole out." And we was just rolling, you guys. So he said, "Open that back door." He said, "Private, you go out that back door and start pushing up." So the back door was open, right? So the guy was outside pushing up, but the drill sergeant couldn't see him. So we said, "Private Ryan." So just I said, "Private Ryan." "Yes, drill sergeant." He said, "Well, I don't want you to miss class. So while you pushing up, I want your head in the doorway and your ass on the outside. So that way if you lay another one of them napalm gas, we don't have to smell it." And everybody just was laughing. So another funny instance, you know, we're not supposed to smoke in basic training, right? I don't smoke. And I didn't smoke at that time either. So, but this white guy, he wanted to smoke, and he was like, "Jackson, come around here to the corner with me. Man, I need to smoke." And I was like, "Man, all right." So we go around the corner on the side of the building. He's smoking his cigarette. Guess who shows up? 6'8", 6'9" drill sergeant. Walk around the corner. He looked, he was like, "God damn it, Private. Get him off. Get him off." So we go in the office, right? So he just going ballistic. Talking about he gonna kick us out of the army, and why we breaking the rules, right? So in the middle of that, then he bend down like to the white guy face and say, "What kind of cigarettes are those?" Whispering so the people outside don't hear. Then he get back up. Then he start fussing again. Gonna give us Article 15. Then the guy had told him they were Marlboro, and then he bent back down. He talking about, "Is that Marlboro Light?" And then the guy like, "Yeah." And he got back up. He was like, "You privates are messing up. You messing up." Then he bent back down. You guys and talking about, "Give me one." He wanted a cigarette, so the guy gave him a cigarette. Then he started back talking loud. "Get out of my office! Get out of my office!" So he was really cool. That was the tall guy from Panama. And actually, when we first got there, because he knew the attitude I had was a selfish attitude, and I didn't care about no one. But mentally, he knew I was tough. So he made me the platoon leader on day one after I got off that bus to teach me some responsibility, some respect, and teach me how to work with people and help others. So that drill sergeant helped me a lot with that right there. So one more, you guys, and I'm gonna have to go. So you know, in the military, you gotta take a physical test. PT test is what they call it. You do push-ups. You gotta do so many push-ups in a certain time, so many sit-ups in a certain time. Then you run a 2-mile run, right? So every time that these drill sergeants have their PT tests with their cadets. Well, we're not cadets. With the trainees, which was us. This sergeant major, he comes out to every PT test and run the 2 miles. And nobody has never beat the sergeant major. So, you know, to me, I thought he was old. He was in his maybe mid-30s or late 30s. But he come out there, and then after he beat all the privates, he get on the drill sergeants, you know, tell them they not training right, and why these young boys can't beat him. So, you know, we should do it like 5-mile runs every morning. So the drill sergeants, they already knew I can run because they saw it when we do the 5-mile runs. So before the two mile run, first I had the little tiny short drill sergeant. He come up to me, he all in my face. He was like, "Private, you better not lose, Private. You lose and see what happened." And then he come the tall one, you know, Panama accent. "Goddamn, Private, you better not let that sergeant major beat you." And then here come the country one. He just looking at me. And so I'm saying, "Man, how good is this sergeant major running? I can't lose, right?" So we do a 2-mile run, 8 laps, you guys, 8 laps. So we do the 8 laps. So right at the gun, the sergeant major, pew, takes off. He trying to just kill it in the beginning, just walk away from it. So when he took off running, you guys, took off running with him, right? So you can see the drill sergeant, they looking, they yelling as I'm running. "That's the way to go, Private. You stay with him. You better stay with him." So first 5 laps, man, it was me and him. We probably lapped a couple of people by then. We were running, guys. We were running. But when we got to that 6th lap, oh man, that sergeant major, he kicked it into a higher gear. But you know me, I had ran track in college before I went to the military, 1 year track. And I said, man, I'm thinking, oh, he trying to burn me out now. He trying to burn me out now. So when he kicked it into another gear, I didn't go with him. I kept my pace. But when we hit to the 7th lap, I was about 20, 30 meters behind, right? So I'm running, sergeant major way up there. I'm running. Next thing I know, I look to the side of my face. Oh, it's the little tiny one. He's running with me, you guys. He's running with me. He all in my face. "You better catch up with him, Private. You better catch up with him, Private." So I'm like, "Yes, sir, Sergeant." So I started picking up my pace and just start stretching my legs, right? So 7th lap, I got a little bit gain on him. And then by the time we had 3/4 left on the 8th lap, I just caught him. So now we running neck and neck. We came off the curve. So now we just got the straightaway left. And then there go drill sergeant. He running with me again. Little tiny one. "You better beat him, Private. You better beat him, Private." So it's man and sergeant major. So we got about 20 meters to go. My track instincts kicked in. I started lifting them knees up and swinging that and stay relaxed, jaw shaking, and I pulled away from the sergeant major. You'd have thought that was the Olympics, you guys. Everybody was screaming and going crazy. Because that's the first time sergeant major got beat. But when I went across that line, I was so tired because I ain't never ran a 2-mile that fast. I want to say, I think we ran around 10 minutes flat, or a little bit under 10 minutes, like 9 something. We was moving. That's when I was in tip-top shape. 6'6", 175 pounds, but just like cut. But when I went across that finish line, boom, I fell down. It was a dirt track. Drill sergeants, they all running over there. They trying to pick me up, dragging me in the dirt. They finally got me up, picked me up, everybody cheering. So that was cool. I did that, and that was, you know, my fun part of basic training. But like I said, we all have choices. I made a lot of bad choices in the past. Went into the military, changed my life around, and like I say, that was a message from God that sent me to the military. Or I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Now, you know, married, Filipino wife in the Philippines, doing some good work here. You know, we're trying to help when we can, you know, but we only could do so much. But thanks to some of you subscribers, you helped me with a lot of stuff, and that's really cool. Much appreciated. So it's Christmas time. Wishing everybody Merry Christmas, good holidays. Hope everybody Christmas good. Then we had a New Year's come around. But again, thanks to those who helped me to do more. It's really appreciated. So we're gonna close this video out. Black Men in the Village. Peace out. Love you.